Hey guys, Sandy here, and today I'm doing my stories by the month for August 2018. Now, it has been a while since I've had a stories by the month layout. What I did was I bought Ali Edwards stories by the month kits every month for the year. Well, that's kind of a freaky photo. Might have to reprint that one. Every month for the year so that I could do a pocket style page as kind of like the opening to each month. I decided very quickly that this was not the project for me. It's just not my favorite thing. And I think part of it has to do because there is a lot of Ali Edwards handwriting in these kits. And if you are a fan of her handwriting, like, more power to you, this might be the thing for you. But for me, I prefer more of my own handwriting. So this is the August kit. As you can see, I still have bunches left. So I'm going to give you a preview of what the August kit looks like, and then we will get into it. So this is the stamp set. Everything will be okay. Story facts, endings are beginnings, bring on the story, love this moment, and for the love of story. And we also have these chipboards. The story has my heart always, remembering always, a heart, this, bring on the story, making the most of it, one open heart, one day at a time. I'm ready to move on to the next chapter of the story. Some stories are just hard. Love this moment. This story matters to me. Bring on the story of that one time. And then we have the cards. And I know some people love the crinkly sound and some people hate the crinkly sound. So if you love it, you're welcome. If you hate it, I'm sorry. So let's do the 4x6 cards first, I feel like. Oh. It's stuck to the back. There's always like a quote in there too. The most beautiful people wear their hearts on their sleeves and their souls in their smiles. So that is the card. Embrace the story and some messy lines. My story and your story. So perfect if you incorporate other people's stories and perceptions in your layouts. For the love of story, a big story, a little story, an awesome story, a hard story. August stories. And then the 3x4 cards. Lessons learned about myself, about life, about family, about the journey, about relationships. The story I'm telling myself. You are enough, 1,000 times enough, and here are some reasons why. Story facts. Everything will be okay. This story goes a little something like this. Endings are beginnings, the same thing that's on the stamp. And then we have this diagonal decorative card. So I've printed my photos. Let's see what I can do. Okay, so I'm starting off with the August stories as my August card. And, ooh, yikes. If you guys heard that, I just snapped the iPhone cord. Okay, so I'm starting off with the August stories card for the August title. However, I am not going to be using that card as the title just because there's too much of handwriting on there that is not mine. And I know that I'm putting on another thing that says August in a different font, but to me, that doesn't read as somebody's handwriting. To me, that reads as something that might have been stamped. So I grabbed some black glitter washi tape, and I'm just going to add that on there just to give it a little bit of a pop of black, because there are pops of black throughout the August 2018 Stories by the Month kit. So I just want to make sure that I am having those little pops of black throughout the entire layout. So there we go. I've got that going down, and then I'm going to bring in some enamel dots. And I feel like that is a good place to leave my August title card. Now, I did need to trim down the photos a little bit. It is hilarious to me that my 3x4 cards printed from the Project Life app do not exactly fit the 3x4 pockets from Project Life as well. It's just one of those weird little things that basically drives me crazy, and basically I have to deal with it. But thankfully, this is not a project I am continuing with. Basically, you guys, I'm dreading it each time I only have 4 more months to finish, and then I am selling, donating, getting rid of, I don't know what, all of the stuff. I did like the stamp set that said "Love this moment." I thought that that was really cute. So I went ahead and stamped that on a filler card and just did a little bit of decoration with chipboard from the kit and also a heart. I used my favorite pen, which is a Muji pen in .38, to add a couple lines of journaling. That photo right there is of my son when he was leading a mission. It's not a mission, an exercise, when he was leading an exercise. I am using these 4x6 Project Life cards that have the nice, I don't know if we're going to actually call them nice, but the rounded corners. And that's just going to be able to give me something, since I am putting 2 3x4 cards in a pocket instead of a 4x6. So that is a photo of my daughter when she passed her driver's test. And I just thought everything will be okay. It was kind of funny. So I put that on that as well. Now I am trying to figure out what is going to go on with the rest of the pockets. So this thing right here says "This Story." I pull out a date stamp and I ink that up. I am using some Brutus Monroe detail ink in Raven. It's really nice. I put the date on there, and then I also use washi tape to cover up the decorative part. I need to get myself a date stamp that is just the date. Need to find me one of those, because my regular date stamp has timed out. I mean, basically it's timed out. So I add some more of these orange hearts that came from Studio Calico, and I'm just adding a bunch of journaling. And I'm not exactly sure what I said there, and my layout is way over there across the room. I'm not going to go get it. Let's just be honest here. So I'm just trying to figure out now what else I can do with the cards, because I do have a mix of decorative cards and I have photos, and I just want to be able to use them all. So I am pulling more 3x4 cards from my stash and just building those up. Now I couldn't use the decoration that was there on that card, that pre-printed decoration, so I just grabbed another card and covered it up. I also added a chipboard and did some sketchy lines around it. I'm going to go ahead and add these green stars over here to the title card. I just felt like I was bringing in enough green to the decorative cards that I could probably add some green up there on the title card as well. So I go ahead and write my journaling down. I journal about how Chloe, Lana, and I would sit outside on our patio and we would read. And we were all in blankets and such things, even though it is August, because it was chilly in the mornings and chilly in the evenings as well. And I know that that might seem weird because it's August, it's summertime in California, but it was chilly. So I find this 4x6 card, and I go ahead and place that 3x4 card on it with the journaling. And then I find this One Happy Day Project Life card. I trim it down so that it has square edges. And I go ahead and place that on my page. And then I also do that with this camera print as well. I decide One Happy Day doesn't make it. I pull off the heart from the chipboard, and I'm just going to place that there. I've definitely got hearts going through the entire page, and I am completely cool with that. I rubbed off the ATG that was on that side of the paper. I go ahead and trim down For the Love of the Story, which is another stamp set another stamp in the stamp set that came in the August 2018 kit. I go ahead and place that over top of the hearts, and then I just move my enamel dot a little bit. And I'm thinking this is working. I've got like the color scheme is working. It's all going to be fine. So now it's just a matter of figuring out where the other side was going to go, which is what I did, just placing all my photos down. I added another green star. I figured that would work out fine. This is also a 4x6 card, not from the kit. It's from my stash, and I decided to bring in a little bit of black as well right here. I'm going to use this Nuvo Deluxe adhesive on the back of the chipboard piece because I pulled off a couple layers of the chipboard along with the adhesive piece. And I'm just going to drop that down right there. And now it's just a matter of figuring out what else I'm going to do with that card. So I go ahead and put some journaling right in here in the white space. And I think that that's all I do with this card. I don't think I add much of anything. Oh, some sketchy lines around the edge. Figured I already had sketchy lines. It's okay to add sketchy lines again. I have to trim down my 3x4 photos again. Go ahead and put those in there. And these are just 2 Disney trash cans. Now, I will scrapbook large photos of the Disney trash cans, but they will go in my Disney trash can album. Yes, I am that person that has a Disney trash can album. It makes me happy, and I'm all about scrapbooking what makes you happy. So that's what I do. I place these 2 photos right next to each other on the back of that 4x6 card. I had won 2 crafty giveaways that month, which was really exciting and awesome. I'd won something from Altenew, and I'd also won something from Thermoweb and Brutus Monroe. So that was really, really cool. And I just decided to basically let the photos tell the story. I have the post, and then I also have the post where I won. So I mean, you're getting the full story right then and there. If you're hearing any kind of crazy noise in the background, they're watching the Avengers. I don't know which Avengers, but they're watching it. And every once in a while it gets really loud. So sorry if you hear it, and if you don't hear it and you have no idea what I'm talking about, just know that my family's watching the Avengers while I'm doing some voiceovers. So I went ahead and put some journaling on that page where I am holding the Disney, almost like the Disney Pixar Up balloons. It was a mural that was in Disneyland when I went with 2 of my friends, Christina and Kari. We each took a picture, and I have full pictures of this as well, but that is in the Disneyland album. It isn't in the main album, so I'm totally cool with putting this photo again on this page. Now I trimmed off the words off of this wonky lined card, and then I'm just putting a piece of that sparkle glittery tape and then the heart, and then of course I'm going to throw on some more enamel dots. Now I talk about my love of Disney trash cans and how many awesome ones there are in Disneyland and California Adventure. California Disney parks definitely have a leg up on Disney trash cans compared to the Florida parks, even though I enjoy the Florida parks much better. I was thinking about adding this little guy right here, this little kind of peekaboo polka dot card, because I felt like we could bring in the pink, but ultimately I decided to do this that has August on it. And then I just went ahead and stamped again, and it says bring on the story, and I just thought that that was cute the way it was there on the page. Now I'm still trying to bring in that Pika dot. I like that. Maybe we should call it Pika dot. I like Pika dot a lot. Okay, you heard it here, folks. Peek a dot. So anyway. There is that. Ultimately, I decided not to go with that pink card. I just brought in the colors that I had already had frequently throughout the layout. And of course, I'm adding in some enamel dots. Going to add a little bit of journaling about the view from the hotel hallway. We stayed at Paradise Pier and it was gorgeous. I'm not exactly sure where that paper towel just came from, like magical floating paper towels. So we just get that out of the way, and that's going to do it, guys. Here is the layout. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.